Howdy Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for RuriDragon chapter 43. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel, and in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons, and because of course this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, and we ain't sponsored by Shueisha, and we ain't sponsored by Manga Plus, and we ain't sponsored by Viz. And considering how much we promote Manga Plus on this channel, it's kind of surprising, right? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, the Dragon Kitty on my lap right here, say hi Dragon Kitties, and this operation, well, again, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Coffee. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we can have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botch localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Digimon Beat Break. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you upgrade to the $10 tier membership, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there's a stacked winter anime season in full swing, in which we are covering Digimon, Medalist, Dead Account, Vigilantes, Tune to the Midnight Heart, Fire Force, Oshinoko, Monosei no Slave, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Sousou no Frieren, and there's even more on the way, including RuriDragon. Yeah, RuriDragon anime is coming, and it's going to be done by Kyoto Animation. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So, well, last chapter was really bizarre because you had this kid Yano, like, trying to find the right way to ask Ruri about, you know, about her dragonness and all of that. And yeah, once he actually did ask the question, everything just came easily. But let's get into this chapter, see what's in store for us today. So end of term exams start today. Phones go in lockers and no cheating, yada yada. Whoa, I wonder if a Yogi will come back to us. Wait, what do you, what? Oh my god, is it finally happening? Holy shit! The Fury of Ruri and the Dragon? Oh my god, this chapter is titled Leap, but oh my god, is it finally happening? Alright, here we go. A few days earlier. What the heck is growing on me now? Sort of like scales? Holy shit! What's going on inside my mouth too? And what is up with my eyes? Yet another first for me. Mom? Morning, hun. Got any clue what all this is? Oh, good question. Scales or carapace from the feel of it. Ew, don't make it sound so nasty. Hold still a minute. Your eyes. Nope, this is an emergency. No work or school today. Ooh, seems like a spurt. I thought I wasn't coming to school. Not for classes, you're not. We're going right home after this. Did it start this morning? I mean, there was nothing last night. Probably what I'm thinking then. A spurt, you said? Any other changes? Feeling off in any way? Not really. Okay, so remember the cooldown period I mentioned back with that lightning business? Well, the real heavy-hitting dragons out there use up energy like you wouldn't believe. So at regular intervals, they sort of shut down and enter a cooldown period. Well, the flip side would be the spurts, when they're particularly active, unleashing all the power they've stored up. Okay, I'm going to make sure that is the correct wording being used in some of the other localizations, because, yeah, we've seen Viz, well, specifically Caleb Cook, like, change some of the wording, or the terminology, seeing some of them change the terminology, and it's just really awkward, and it's very annoying. Okay, so yeah, just like I thought, Caleb Cook, you're fucking retarded for this. Because in both the French and the Spanish, it's called activation phase. So, or, yeah, let me just make sure I'm right on it. Because for Spanish, I know it's the activation phase. Let me just make sure, because it's going to piss me off. it's activation phase for Spanish, and it says the active phase in French, but I think I think it's roughly, you know what I mean. Basically, yeah, it's basically the activation phase or the activation stage, or the active phase or the active stage. What, like, that's what it is in the Spanish and French version. Why spurts? Like, why? That's fucking retarded. I don't understand it, man. Oh my god, I really don't. Like, it would be one thing if, you know, the French and the Spanish version were different. But, like, the fact that they are basically the same, it's like, wait, yeah, something is wrong here. And, oh god, I hate when this happens. Oh god. Oh god. All right. Let's seems like the activation stage, or yeah, seems like the activation phase. Seems like an activation phase. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me make sure I am doing this right. Okay. Now this is better. All right. Seems you've acted. Oh my god. Seems you have entered an active phase. I thought there it is. Seems you've entered an active phase. So I think out of between the French and the Spanish, I think the French one is a little bit better for this. I thought I wasn't coming to school, not for classes. You're not. We're going right home after this. Did it start this morning? I mean, there was nothing last night. Probably what I'm thinking then. An active phase, you said? Well, any other changes? Feeling off in any way? Not really. Okay, so remember the cooldown period I mentioned back with that lightning business? The real heavy-hitting dragons out there use up energy like you wouldn't believe. So at regular intervals, they sort of shut down and enter a cooldown period. Well, the flip side would be the active phase when they're particularly obviously when they're particularly active, unleashing all the power they've stored up. Now, I've never witnessed an active phase myself, but I fucking hate that you use spur! Like, why use that shit? But apparently when the maximum amount of energy has been stored up, there's a particular indicator that comes about. The eyes, right? Okay, so I go through an active phase or whatever, but what does that actually mean? I'm also kind of curious about these scale things. Well, I was actually planning to have this exact chat with you today. Well, too late maybe, but I'd say there's a 50% that you're about to completely lose control. I knew it! I knew at some point this was going to happen. We all knew it was going. I didn't think it was going to happen like this soon, though. I was fucking right, though. You know how you're prone to those outbursts of your power, Yoki? How each ability sort of explodes forth as it manifests? Yeah, well, it doesn't work that way for pure dragons. That's because you lack certain regulatory organs. Organs that full dragons possess. Well, that would explain the uncontrolled outbursts. Duh. Then we have those scales popping up. It's like your dragon genetics are activating to supplement what you're currently missing. Yeah, I agree with that. Rather than your human body adapting to the dragon traits, you're becoming more dragonish by the day. Hold on a second, because that demon fire was wrong. Do I have it written down here? There it is. Will-O-Wisp. That's what it was. Fuck you and your demon fire shit! It's Will-O-Wisp. The Will-O-Wisp was another harbinger. That plus the scales suggest that an active phase is coming. That means we may be looking at a number of other physical changes in the near future, right? Yes, exactly. We could deal with those as they come. The problem, however, is the active phase. Since she lacks the standard control organs, once the active phase hits, her abilities could start running amok. Oof, less than ideal. Well, that's your response? Well, not that anxious. Not that anxious? Good. So let's talk strategy. Uh-huh. Well, like, I'm not surprised by this at all. I like that, you know, that part of the thing here is that that Ruri's human body is trying to adapt to it. Like, because the thing is the human body is so mysterious in that regard. It's just the biggest mystery. Like, no one has solved the human body. No. The mystery that is the human body. And, like, seeing how the human body is attempting to adapt to Ruri's dragon traits like this is freaking interesting as hell to me. I think it's fascinating. I hope something that the anime does when it gets to this, I hope we get like we get to see the biological process. That's something I kind of wish the manga art would have shown. I wish we would have gotten to see the biological processes happening, or the physiological process. I kind of would have liked to seen that, but yeah. I had a feeling you were here. Oh, Kashiro. My nose never lies. Wait, my nose never lies. Nope, your nose. Ew. You avoid us or what? And what's that under your eyes? Oh, whatever, doesn't matter. You're coming with us. I am? Hold on now, girls. I can always smell the Yoki family. Whoa, you're zapping again? No, I mean, I didn't think I was. So it begins. You might not want to touch Ruri for a bit, sorry to say. Oh, yikes. Was this, something we knew was coming? Anyway, sorry for the surprise, but, we gotta chat with you about... maybe borrow her for a minute, please, or back to touching me? I suppose there's no immediate solution anyhow. Fine, just for the lunch break, but bring her back after. Why? Sweet, off we go. Why is everyone treating me like an object? So that's what's up with you? Wild. I guess so. Seems rough. Sorry for dragging you away from that chat. Nothing's happening right now anyway. Want us to tell everyone? Yeah, thanks. Ruri, you're really going through it, huh? Yeah. It's my problem, not theirs. They all act that way, especially Yuka, like this won't be a big deal. Well, that's because they're not going through it! That's why they're acting like it's no big deal. It's because they're not experiencing it. And I want to make sure it's never their problem. Fire breath? Yeah, no kidding. Control yourself, dragon. Here, water. So, what was so important that you had to kidnap me? Oh yeah, well, that girl was pretty wild. She's a good kid. Odd hair, though. I'd ask that, what the plan is in concrete terms, though. I already had a decent guess. She's got to meet a dragon! Next chapter, an unexpected twist for Ruri. Oh my god, is she gonna meet her dad? Oh my god, please tell me next chapter she's gonna meet her dad! Please tell me! Like, this is something I've been waiting for forever, is at some point, like I said this ages ago, some point that Ruri was gonna have to meet her dad and train to, like, control her abilities. It's dangerous for her to be in the human world like this. Especially, like, knowing the physiological process like this now. I really like this aspect of knowing the physiological process behind this. I think that's very fascinating. But, like, the real question, though, is how, like, especially in this situation, because she doesn't have the organs for this, how is she going to master her ability? Because we know with some of the dragon powers, we know it's tied to her emotions. We know that. Like, if Ruri can control her emotions, she could control her powers. We saw that. But, like, the other thing is that she has to use her powers at some point. She can't kind of like emotions. You can't bottle up your emotions. Kind of like she can't bottle up her powers, because at some point she's going to crack. So this will be very interesting. This will be very interesting. And I feel like we're hitting the turning point. Like, after, she lives with the dragons for a bit. Will this be the point? Well, she's gonna Ruri's gonna have to make the choice to either live with the dragons or live with the humans, among the humans. Or, like, it could be like one of those things where it is a split custody kind of thing, which I could kind of see. I could kind of see that being the case. But that would be really hard on her too. But her friends are being like it's just the other thing that, like, I just can't help but thinking at some point. And I really hope that is the case at some point. Is that Ruri does discover that her friends, that some of her friends were only using her for clout. I really want to see that. I want to see how Ruri faces that. Because, as she says here in this chapter, that she's being treated like an item. So, yeah. But seriously, fuck you, Caleb, for using spurts. That's a stupid word for this. I just use going into an active phase or something. Spurts is fucking retarded. So dumb. So dumb. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What you guys think of this chapter, and what do you guys think about Ruri hitting this turning point? I am kind of surprised it's happening a little bit soon. This soon. I thought it would happen like at chapter 50 or something like that. But the other thing is too is when she's with these dragons. Like the other thing I was hoping, and maybe we will still get it. Again, maybe it's because of Fairy Tale with Ignia and Natsu. Is I really hope that we're gonna see, because Ruri's gonna be among the dragons, obviously. I hope that Ruri gets to meet like a half sibling, who's a full dragon. I need to see that. Like I was hoping we were gonna see one like come here, or like I was hoping to see like that's the other thing too is like wouldn't it be interesting because she can't be the only half dragon, half human in existence. No fucking way. I really want to see, like if there is like another half human, half dragon living amongst the dragons, like that would just be really interesting too. I'd like to see that, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more RuriDragon content. A few ways you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee. Purchase something off our Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord. Friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.